It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Baltimore Orioles and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Going to be an interesting contrast in styles in this one as one of baseball's hardest throwers goes head-to-head with a top finesse arm. Next. Chris Archer, a right-hander from North Carolina, is the man on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Chris Archer, one of the premier pitchers in baseball. When he's good, he's nearly unhittable. Great fastball with movement. Slider probably his best pitch, and the changeup has been much better recently. If Chris Archer brings his A game, it's going to be a long night for the hitters.
Now in the box, number 3, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Mark DeRosa, what's your take on him this afternoon on the road?
Matty, I know this team can swing the bat, but one thing I'm focused on, and I think a huge key for this team, is base running. And I'm not necessarily saying stolen bases, just being aggressive on the base pass, putting the defense on their heels, taking the extra base. Maybe that's send from first to home. That's what I'm hoping to see.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Here comes another 0-2. Lifted down the line in left. And they can't run it down. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Chopper foul. First inning as we're just underway from Pittsburgh. And he struck him out. So a fine inning here as he strikes out this side in order. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Dylan Bundy, a right-hander from the Sooner State, gets the starting assignment here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Boy, Dylan Bundy's come a long way. It wasn't that long ago where he went to camp and he had to make the team coming out of spring training. Former first-round draft pick out of high school from Oklahoma, 94 to 95 miles an hour. Good overhand 12-6 curveball and a changeup that's getting better all the time. He's turned himself into one of the league's premier pitchers.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Nope.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. And here's how Clint Hurdle set his Pirates lineup for this one. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, I think everyone should keep an eye on Gregory Polanco. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
Up next for the Buccos, Adam Frazier, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Line drive to center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Hey, the leadoff man wasn't able to do his job, but the number 2 hitter came through right there with the single, setting the table for the big boys.
Stepping in now, Corey Dickerson. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Mancini sprinting after it. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
Batting fourth, first baseman, down.
Josh Bell the next to hit. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Well hit out to straightaway center. Racing back the center fielder. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And the run will score as the Pirates are on the board first. It's 1-0.
Well, with 2 away, the man on first, he was moving on contact. He got a great jump and comes all the way around to score on that double. Always nice to snag the early lead, and they've done it here.
Into the box, Gregory Polanco. 3 balls and a strike to Gregory Polanco.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here. With the base open, he doesn't have to.
The 3-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Here comes the payoff pitch, and that misses for ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Standing in now, Francisco Cervelli. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1 and 2.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling into this game.
And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. But the Pirates get a run here on the RBI double. Second inning coming up, and the Buccos have an early 1-0 lead. So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Adam Jones. He'll get us started in the top of the second. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Yeah, and as a starter, the last thing you want to do is let a team answer when your guys just scored a run for you. So he's thinking ground ball right here to try to get a double play and end this threat.
Here's Chris Davis now, head-to-head against Chris Archer. He has 7 hits in 28 tries. And of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety. Two balls and a strike to the Orioles first baseman. Well, fans of the art of pitching are in for a treat. One of the game's big-time flamethrowers faces a top craftsman here today.
And you're going to see 2 different mindsets from both offenses, Dan. Facing the power guy, he's going to come at you. He's going to pitch to his strengths and not your weakness. And on the flip side, the finesse guy is going to try and keep everyone off balance. And I want to see what off-speed pitch he has working.
You know, Dero, that's one of the beautiful things about the game of baseball. Good pitchers come in all different shapes and sizes, and they come with all different type of weapons. We're going to see one flamethrower and one guy that throws below the speed limit.
Swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup. And let's take a look at Starling Marte, another one of those super athletic outfielders of the new regime. Ability to cover ground, can play multiple positions in the outfield and hit in the middle of the order.
Now at the plate, Renato Nunez. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. And what does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Into the box now, Tim Beckham. Ball 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. Orioles leave 1. It remains 1-0. Settling in now, Colin Moran. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Stepping into the box, Jordy Mercer. The 1-1. Ground ball right side. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch and the guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Okay, here's how the Birds line up today on defense. And let's focus on Adam Jones. There's 3 things in this world that are guarantees: death, taxes, and Adam Jones. You can pencil him in a $155, center field, 280, 25, and 80.
Here's Starling Marte. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least, it helps set up your off-speed stuff.
Ready on 1-2. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Now another 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
In now, Adam Frazier. Right there at the belt. 1-2 now.
Boy, I love the way he's competing out there on the mound right now. He's got a chance to rack back-to-back Ks with 2 runners in scoring position. He's not giving in at all.
Moran, the runner at third. Mercer on at second with 2 down. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Popped him up. Joseph is under it. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. Pirates strand a couple. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. The Steel City skyline on a nice day for baseball in Western Pennsylvania. Happy to have you with us on MLB Network. Digging in, Caleb Joseph. The 1-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
Case in point right there, Matty. We're seeing a trend, the north and south. A lot of pitchers working that elevated fastball and then breaking stuff off in the dirt. We used to see east-west, not the case anymore.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Well hit to right, but foul.
He wasn't fooling anybody with that fastball. He barreled it up nice right there. He's just got to find a way to keep it fair.
This is line to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
Batting ninth, the pitcher number 37, Dylan Bundy.
So here now is the pitcher, Dylan Bundy. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Hit down the third base line, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Misses, ball 2.
I don't know if that was discipline or whether he's just not swinging the bat at all, but hey, at least he's making the pitcher throw a few more pitches.
1 out, nobody on. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Cue shot here out towards short. And the Orioles have their first hit of the game.
Hey, that's a win-win right there. Solid AB by the pitcher after battling, making this pitcher work and executing and getting a result. Job well done.
Into the box, number 3. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. payoff pitch on its way. Line to the right side, but foul. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
Boy, he's got great stuff today, doesn't he? That's 7 punch-outs now here in the middle innings. He's up over 1 an inning up to this point. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can change their plan of attack and start to put the ball in play. But right now, that's just not happening.
Striding in, Jonathan Villar. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Archer comes set. 2-1 on its way. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
Here's the 3-1. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
So stepping in, Trey Mancini, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Seared down the first baseline. And that's by him down the line in right field toward the corner. And the tying run comes around to score from second. It's 1-1.
Boy, there are big RBIs and big base hits, Nero, but none more than with 2 outs. A big 2-out knock right there. Not only ties things up, but keeps the inning going as well.
Yeah, just a great approach right there by the batter. You never know when your number's going to be called. You always wanted to pass the baton to the next guy behind you. Take the donut off your bat and trust in the teammate behind you. That is a huge knock and keeps the line moving.
Standing in now, Adam Jones. Here's one hit softly down the line in left, but this is foul near the seats. Here's Archer on 1-2. And this is fouled at the plate. Hit on the ground out to short. Mercer is there. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. It's a run on 2 hits here for Baltimore. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied at 1-1. Now at the plate, Corey Dickerson. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch.
That's a ball.
Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. And the 2-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Mancini on the move. 1 away.
First baseman number 55. Down.
Ready now, Josh Bell. The 1-2. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. The 1-2. is taken for ball 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Popped him up. Beckham into shallow left. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The right fielder, number 25, Gregory Polanco.
Now at the plate, Gregory Polanco reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance.
Hey.
1-2 now.
Can't say he's tickling around the zone. Those last 2 pitches were pretty much grooved right down the middle, but it didn't bite him.
Two out, nobody on. Lifted in the air out to center field. Long run for the center fielder. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Down in order go the Pirates. Through 3 complete, all tied 1 apiece. Ready for another chance? Chris Davis looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Moran is there for it. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Renato Nunez.
Into the box now, Renato Nunez comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 1-1 home. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. Hit hard on the ground to second. Frazier has it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The batter, number 1, Georgia, Tim Beckham.
So striding forward now, Tim Beckham. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Frazier takes it in. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. On to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. In now, Francisco Cervelli looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground toward the left. And that's out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Colin Moran.
At the plate, Colin Moran. He drew a base on balls his first time up. So 1-1. His fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
Line toward right center. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. The throw into second. Throw won't get him.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. Stepping in now, Jordy Mercer. Missed with a slider.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
(3-1) the count to the Pirates shortstop. The 3-1. A little bouncer. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Moran, the runner at second with 1 away. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with only 1 away.
Now batting, the pitcher.
Josh Harrison will get the call to pinch hit here, and he'll find he has a couple of runners aboard with only 1 out in the inning.
Harrison.
Lays off the slider that time. 2-1.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Now the 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
I know this team has been struggling offensively, but here's a perfect situation with a 3-1 count. You have a chance to do some damage. You know you're getting a guaranteed fastball.
Now a swing on 3-1, but this is chopped foul right around home plate, and the count will go full to 3-2. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Long run for the center fielder. He makes the running play. 2 down.
Center fielder number 6. Starling Marte.
So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Starling Marte. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Here's the 2-1 home.
Nope.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here and give this guy a pitch that he can hit one out of the park on.
And a 3-2 full count to Starling Marte.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. Pirates strand a couple. 5th inning coming up, tied at 1. Stephen Brault, the lefty standing 6 foot even, takes over the pitching duties here. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Caleb Joseph. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2. Well, now that we're midway through this one, it's safe to say that runs have been at a premium, and both starters, doing it in different ways, have turned in excellent performances.
Dan, you can speak to this. Obviously, 2 different ways to skin a cat. One's a finesse guy, working all 4 quadrants, keeping guys off balance. the other a flamethrower coming right at you.
Yeah, it's been a story of like two different styles of pitchers, but both getting the same thing, both throwing strikes early, keeping the ball down in the zone. As you touched on it, there's more than one way to get around through a lineup, and we've seen one guy with power and one guy do it with more skill and finesse.
A ball and 2 strikes.
I can't imagine he was sitting on fastball at his neck right there. He is going to have to lower his sights if he's going to have any chance.
The 1-2. Misses for the second ball. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Popped him up. And the pinch hitter will not be able to advance the cause, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, number 3.
Digging in once again, number 3. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Sent out to straightaway center field. Marte is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Halfway home, all even at 1 apiece. Tanner Scott, a 6'2" left-hander, jogs in to take over on the hill.
Tanner Scott.
And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Line towards center field. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 5th. Well, fastball count there yielded fastball, Mark.
Yeah, you drive to the ballpark praying to get in 1-3-1 count a night and buy yourself that guaranteed fastball, and he didn't miss it.
Digging in, Corey Dickerson. The winning run is at first base. Runners off for second. Flying softly out toward left center. In there, a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
It's so important, Mark, to start to make quality pitches, and if you don't, this is what can happen. 2 batters, 2 base hits, first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, and you just got to prepare yourself as an offensive player. You're just trying to get the runner in from third. You can't worry about creating a monster inning. Do your job.
Into the box now, Josh Bell holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Here's Gregory Polanco, and he has a great opportunity to win it here. Winning run at third base, nobody out. Now the 3-2 pitch. Count remains full. The 3-2 one more time. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Hey, this game looked like it was going to be one of those wild ones right from the beginning. And when you could win this thing in walk-off fashion, what a way to win a ball game. A walk-off win?
It was mostly pitching and defense in this one, but the man you see here made some noise with the bat, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Well, the numbers don't just jump out at you, but his lone hit was a really important one. And sometimes you just need to come through when it matters most to be the hero, and he did just that.
Pitching and defense game 2-1 the final score this afternoon. The Pirates used a nice fifth inning to take the lead and they never gave it back. Stephen Brault is credited with the win. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
Here now is our final lines for this afternoon. First for the victorious Pirates. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Orioles, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base.